That's after the Navy stopped the USS Truman from shoving off. 10 on your side's military reporter Art Kahn is live now at Naval Station Norfolk with more on the Eisenhower's deployment. Art?
Yeah, Tom, the reason for the quick turnaround for Eisenhower, it all came about. The reason she's going to go back and relieve Stennis is because mechanical problems developed when they were working on the Nimitz that forced that ship out of the rotation. Now, the Eisenhower Strike Group commander told me this afternoon that the Navy wants Truman to remain here so that they will have a carrier ready for a surge deployment crisis if that becomes necessary. But family members are shaking their heads about this and concerned about the safety of their loved ones serving aboard Ike. Like everything else associated with the Department of Defense, the USS Eisenhower left Norfolk sailing on a sea of uncertainty.
The decision was which carrier to deploy.
The Eisenhower just returned from a 6-month deployment in December, and just 2 weeks ago, the scheduled deployment of the USS Truman was canceled due to budget cuts, forcing the DoD to abandon its strategy of maintaining 2 carriers in the Gulf region.
I would have preferred them to send the Truman instead of the Eisenhower, of course, as a mother, but, you know, he was looking forward to it.
Julie Marin's son is glad to be underway, but sentiment had nothing to do with the Navy's decision to send Ike back to sea.
Right now, in this period of budget uncertainty, what you want to do is invest in your most trained carrier, and that's in fact what Ike is.
The Eisenhower Strike Group commander, Rear Admiral Michael Manazir, says this was the most cost-efficient choice for the nation. A good deal for the Navy, maybe, but many family members see things differently.
If another ship can't go out, then my husband will have to stay out longer. He'll miss more time from home. And the likelihood of something happening to him is going to increase.
I think that there are family members who sacrifice so much for our deployments that when they're forced to do it a second time, they really focus on that sacrifice rather than our sailors' capability to deploy.
Yeah, well, you know, Rear Admiral Manazir told me that he was very candid when he said, you know, he has some concerns himself. He's worried about the Navy's ability to maintain its readiness without a budget. You know, they're still operating under the continuing resolution, which forces the DoD to operate at funding levels set for 2012. So this is a real concern, and both the Navy and the families and the sailors themselves are going to be watching very closely what Congress does in the future. Reporting live from Naval Station Norfolk, Art Kahn, 10 on your side.